everybody, this is Kathy, Crowder's Mountain in North Carolina. Now, I was asked to do a maple leaf, and I really thought I had already done that for you guys, but I hadn't. So I'm going to do that today, but it got me to thinking, you know, I did that Autumn Lone Star, and that's really the only one fall kind of themed barn quilts that I've done so far this year. But I did find this one. So I already have this one, the cat and the pumpkin. I already have it on my YouTube channel. And y'all know that's Barn Quilts by Mountain Visions. I always forget to say anything about the name. But I figure if you're watching the video, you've figured it out. Anyway, I have hauled this one around a little bit and stored it and that kind of thing, so it's got a little nick or two in it. But I wanted to remind you that I did have this one on my YouTube channel already. So if you want a cat and a pumpkin, there you go. So this one is the one we're going to make today. And I already had this little 1x1. So if you're going to do a little one, it's just 1 inch border. And you have 5 squares. Doesn't matter the size of your board, you're still going to need 5 squares. So I'm going to do it 2x2. But I'm not going to paint it, because I already have this little one. So I'll be showing you that one. And I'll also show you the name of the paints that I used when I get finished too. So anyway, I was going to do that Chahowie, and I might still do that for this coming Friday. I think a lot of people were waiting on it, so I may actually put 1 or 2 extra YouTube videos up this coming week, if I can get them uploaded and edited and that kind of thing. But here you go, let's make our autumn leaf. Now for this 24x24, I'm going to make it 2 inches. My border, I'm going to make it 2 inches. So I'm going to get my ruler right on the money here, and I'm marking off 2 inches, and that's all we're going to do is mark off 2 inches. And I'm doing my border first. It just helps me, you know, I've told you that before, just kind of helps me get focused in on the pattern itself and not worry about whether I got over on the border or not. This one's not that bad to do that, but I already got that one. That one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Now you can make this a double border if you want to, just by marking 1 inch and 1 inch. But we're just going to make a 2 inch border. And I'm telling you, this is one of the simplest patterns. And again, I just can't believe I hadn't already done it for you. Because when I was teaching classes, that would be one of the ones people would ask for, especially this time of year. Alright, now we got our 1x1 border, and I hope you saw it without my head in the way. Now, so we need, like I said a while ago, you need 5 blocks. So we just took 2 off for this side, 2 off for this side. So we have 20 inches left in here. So we need 5 blocks into 20. So we're going to mark our tick marks every 4 inches. And we're going to get 5 blocks up and 5 blocks over. What am I doing? So it's 4, 8, 12, and 16, and that makes 20. Four, 8, 12, and 16, and 20. 8, 12, 16, and 20. And so that if I don't forget to say it, I'm drawing this on a piece of white flip chart. You may be able to see the lines. I flipped it over, but it's the 1-inch grid flip chart. And I flip it over, and I do this so that you can see the lines that I draw, because they're very hard to see using the heat erasable pens on my board, so I don't try to film like that. So here you go. Let's go ahead and make our blocks. So we've got 4 inches marked off down through here, and all we're going to do now is connect our tick marks. Ooh. Didn't have it in my hand good, did I? I get to concentrating on doing this and I forget to talk to y'all. But anyway, that won't bother us. We're okay. Alright, now, so we got our grid. Let's draw our pattern. And let me get a smaller ruler to draw the pattern with. Alright. You know my 1 block at a time method. That's what we're going to do. And our leaf is going to be going toward the left. Just like this. It's going to flow to the left. Well, I actually had mine hanging to the right. Let's do it that way, y'all. Good, you can do it either way. It's just according to where you want to hang it and the way you want it to look. So it's the same pattern, really. All right. So we have 1, 2 blank. We're going 1 block at a time, 1 row at a time, because this is so easy. And on the 3rd block, we're just going to put a line, a diagonal line, top left to bottom right. Alright, and then this is part of the pattern too, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it. So your grid mark, like I say, sometime becomes your pattern. And these two. So we've got 1 line going this way, we've got this line, and then we drew over top of our grid line here too, the 2 blocks. Alright, now let's go to the 2nd row. We've got 1, 2, and on the 2nd one, that grid line becomes part of your pattern. So we drew it down here. We're going to draw across the top of that 2nd one. Alright, and the 3rd one is part of your pattern too. So we went the third one, we drew it at the top and down the right side. So what happens is this top, these two blocks, that one is one part of your leaf. All right, and over here, that's part of it too. And we're going to draw down. So this, all this is a part of your pattern. Let me show you. See these two? That's these two. And these two are these two. So it's an easy pattern. And we're going to draw, we're going to color, paint. We're going to paint these all different colors, see? So that's what I'm working on. All right, now let's go back to this second block. Now that's where we're going to draw our stem, you know, our little stick that's connecting the leaf, but we'll do that last. So let's still continue with the block by block. So our first block, third row, drawing it like that. That's part of the pattern for that section too. But on the second row, we're drawing, we drew up. Now we're going to go all the way across here. You see that? That's part of your section here. All right, now this one is by itself. It's just the middle of your leaf. And you see this? Now I saw a leaf one time that this was yellow, and to me it looked too much like a flower when you put the yellow center, but it's going to be your barn quilt. You put the colors you want. All right, so then we're on the third one. We did that. We just drew it in. And now we're over on the fourth one. That part of that is part of this section too. But, and this and this. So we're drawing, you're on the fourth one. We're going to draw it all the way to the end. See that? And on that very last block, we're drawing it down from right to the bottom left. Now see, we have our sections. We're almost finished. All right, let me get this down so I can reach it. All right. Now we're on our fourth row, and we're going to go from here all the way up to here. I know I say one block at a time, one section at a time, but sometimes that made more sense for me to tell you to just go all the way up. Now we've got the bottom here already drawn. So on the second block, right hand side, that's part of your pattern. And we're on the third one. The side of that one is part of your pattern. And let's finish this. Okay, let's go to the top, the second row, and we're just going to draw a line left to right. And then we're going to draw a line bottom left to the top right. And here's your sections right here. Now we just need to draw this. Now I'll kind of color that in. You know how I kind of halfway color something to get so you can kind of see the sections? I'll do that. But you could take a screenshot of this. But to get that, all we're going to do is go second row, fourth block over. At the very top, we're drawing it to our corner. Alright, second row, the bottom of the fourth block, bottom right. We're drawing it to our corner. And we've got that section here. See? Now all you have to do, now you could take your tape and just make this as wide as you want to. But for now, I'm just gonna pencil in. You just kind of want to get it the same distance on each side. And go down. So that stem will be brown. Alright, so that's it. That's all there is to it. I don't know if I moved that back up where you could see that or not, but you see what I did? The same distance right in that second block, second row, second block, right in the top corner. And I just came down all the way to the first block, left-hand corner. And I just made the stem as wide as I wanted it. Now, that's just a little straight stem. But you can make it curvy, you can make it wider. You know, you can embellish it any way you want to. But this is just a straight little stem. Sometimes if you get it too fancy, you're going to take away from your maple leaf block. So just kind of remember that. And do what you want to. Okay, so let me get some different color magic markers or Sharpies, and I'll be right back. Okay, take a screenshot of this before I start drawing on it, just in case you don't like what I do. And then take a screenshot of this one so that you can see it. Now remember, this is just a little baby 1 by 1. And this one's a 2 by 2. But you can take this one. This is a 2 by 2. And let's see, a 4 by 4. You could put 4 leaves on a 4 by 4. But you could do the same thing on a 3 by 3. Or you can make 1 inch squares and put 4 on 1 2 by 2. So there's lots and lots of ways you can do that. And if you do that, see, what you do is just have your border. You might do a 1 inch border, but you'd have another 1 inch here, so you'll have 2 inches here and probably 2 inches here. That would really be pretty if you really want to do one like that. But let me draw these in, and you can do your border any color you want to. You know, you think about the fall colors, but you could do something like a crimson glow or a toasted cranberry for your border if you didn't want to do all the different colors like I did. But anyway, that's 2 other colors you can use in here. Let me get the colors down that I used so I can show you what I did. Okay, here you go. This is what I used. For this color here, I used Flaming Torch. For these 3, I used Caramel Cream. And all these are either Valspar or Behr. I forgot to go look before I started. These 2 colors is the Crimson Glow. And this yellow, I use Sunset Glow. But you don't have to use these same colors. That's just what I did. Like I said, if you had Toasted Cranberry, you could substitute that, one of the colors that I used, to go in here, and that'd be pretty. So let me go ahead and color in these sections for y'all. So I don't have them exact colors of magic marker, so we're just gonna wing it. So these two sections, this is all I'm gonna do now, so you can tell. You can tell where the sections are like that. Okay, then let me use this brown for these three. And these two, here. All right, and then that tall one up here, that's the one I used yellow. But there you go, you can see. And then I just always make this brown, this stem. And again, you can make your border whatever color you want to. All right, there's your maple leaf. Simple, simple pattern, but it just makes a beautiful barn quilt. Now, I've got another one that's a pumpkin. If I can get that drawn out and uploaded, I'll show you that too in the next week or so. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.